and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something interesting. So I found these little sculptures at Michael's, and there was this cute gingerbread house, and basically it's already been fired, like in the kiln, and it's just waiting for it to be colored. So I'm going to try coloring it with alcohol markers. So I've got my Ohuhus right here. I don't think I'm going to stick just to Ohuhus. I think I'm going to use like a variety of brands, but I'm going to start with the Ohuhu. And when I come to a color that perhaps this smaller count doesn't have, then I'll probably get some different brands. But I'm excited to test this out. It's just really cool to have Christmas decorations that are partly just, I don't know, decorated by me, you know? It's just that feeling of, yeah, I painted that. So I was going to leave the little circle dots, but actually I'm just going to color them in. So I think I have a different idea for how I'm going to do this as far as highlighting that circle kind of texture. So far it's kind of interesting. All right, I want to take this potato brown and kind of add some texture to it. Nope, I shouldn't have used this dark of a color. What I should have used is rose beige. That's better. It's better transition because it's not as dark as potato brown and it's just slightly darker than the salmon pink. Oh, it's so cool. All right, now I'm going to go in with the potato brown and get even darker in the little nooks and crannies. Yeah, it does look pretty cool. It's like a lot better than I thought it would be. How weird. There's like a product on this side. I don't know. It's just, it's not laying down the color as well as I had it on the other side. It's doing it again. So, okay, the color goes on great in this area that I'm going over right now. And then I move on down and it gets like lighter because of the area. I don't know. It's like some sort of product was put on this object and it just does not react well to alcohol markers. It's doing it again. Look at that. I'm like going from this dark and then it ends up getting light and streaky. Well, guys, I was really excited about this, but now I'm bummed. It just looks awful. It looks like I don't know what I'm doing. Like I put 2 coats in certain areas and just 1 coat on other areas and just looks patchy. Okay, I'm back. So I went ahead to the store literally just now. And while I was at Michael's, I went ahead and bought the cheapest acrylic paint I could find. All right, so I've got this little paint well and I'm gonna add more paints to it. So I'm going to use this color to kind of paint over what I've done with the alcohol markers. Okay, so I put 2 coats of this light brown, and it seems like I got some good coverage. Now I'm just taking this slightly darker brown to get that sort of same stippling shadowed effect that I did with the markers. So I'm going to let that dry and move on to my other walls and get them painted in before I start focusing on small details. Okay, so I got the other walls done while my front wall dried. So I'm going to move on to the wreath in the middle here. Probably going to start with my darkest green that I bought, which is a clover green, and then just sort of dab it because there's a lot of texture added to this wreath on here. I really like this green. It's a really natural foresty kind of looking green. I'm going to add a little bit of a brighter green. Oh, that might be a little too bright. I don't know. We'll see. I'm basically just going to dab all over it to kind of disperse how bright the color is. And there, I think that works. And then I've got this super bright red that I'm going to color in some of the circles of the wreath with. Okay, so I went ahead and I also colored the bow in since it's going to be the same color red. And so now I'm using a slightly darker red to kind of get the details in. Might have to mix this dark red with a darker color because it's not as dark as I thought it would be. All right, so I mixed some black with that darker red color and I've now got a much deeper red that I think will be better. Definitely much darker, but I think it works. It definitely is able to bring out the features of this bow and make it look brighter too. Because when you're working with a much deeper color, the brighter color tends to look even brighter. And that's basically what I'm going for. So since I'm working with mostly reds, I'm going to keep continuing with my red color on like this area. Because this thing kind of looks like a candy cane. So I figured I'd go with that kind of style. Okay, so I pretty much got all the reds. I'm really a big fan of red. And this was like a perfect red color. It's just a really pretty cherry kind of red. All right, so I went around the whole thing and colored all my peppermints in. There's no peppermints on the back, but they're on the sides. So I'm glad to be done with that. I'm debating between doing these weird little gumdrops or doing the roof first. I think I might do the roof first. So basically what I'm gonna do is just sort of dab. And what I'm thinking is keeping it kind of dark towards the bottom and then lightly just dabbing up and having it fade to that white at the top. Yes. There's absolutely nothing more satisfying than saying, this is what I want it to look like, and then doing it and it actually coming out exactly like you wanted it to look like. And so I'm basically taking this pure sky blue paint and coloring the painting the underside. And then as I traveled up, I basically just dabbed pretty much like this, like I'm showing now, all the way up. And then, transitioned from this dark blue to this whitish blue to this white. But I'm hesitant on calling it white because it's got a very light blue tint to it. It is actually called cottage white. So titanium white is usually the acrylic color that is pretty much pure white, or as close to being pure white as you can get. So this was a really nice transition sort of white, because that's the color I used up here, and you can see how we go from this dark sky blue all the way up to the cottage white. And it looks so nice. All right. So I've got the roof done, and oh, dude, totally didn't realize there was these two candy canes in the back. Should probably color those in red really quick. Maybe I'll leave it towards the end because I'm already on to my blue colors and I don't feel like washing out my brushes just yet because I just realized I'm pretty much done with all my blues too. Let me give this a second to just dry all over before I start getting crazy with it again. Okay, so I let the paint on the bottom dry so that now I can effectively get these smaller areas like the stripes on this back candy cane colored in. So I did the windows red and I really like it. It really stands out. And basically all that I have to paint right now is the sprinkles and little candies up top. These gumdrops still, but I don't even know what I'm going to do with those as far as colors go. And then these weird things. I have no idea what these are. They're like gumdrops also, but different. I don't know. Probably going to do the roof first. Maybe this bright green. No, I'm going to go with this pistachio green. I think it's slightly lighter. Let's see. Let me turn it to the side and let's see. It's definitely bright. I like that. So I'm probably going to do a combination of this pistachio green and probably mix some of my cherry like red with some white to get like a lighter red, more on the pinkish side probably, because I've already got a lot of red going on anyways. So I don't want to drown this piece with too much red. I love how bright they are. This roof is going to be really colorful in the end because right now it kind of looks like boogers. So now with this one done, I'm going to go ahead and start mixing my lighter red color. All right, so basically just threw red into my white pile and mixed. And it's definitely more of a rose, not even a rose, like a blush type of color. A pink color. I have no idea why I'm acting like some sort of paint connoisseur over here. It's a blush color. Bro, it's pink. And then these little sprinkles, I decided to do the pearlescent blue, and it looks so cool. I love it. Love it. It's just hard to like stay on this specific little sprinkle every time I color one. And then I'm adding little dots of white. I don't know. I just figured it'd be a cool sort of finish to it. And like literally all I'm doing is dipping the other end of my brush and then just dotting it. It's just a really fast way to get a dot effect pretty instantly. So with the roof being done, I gotta paint all these weird gumdrops. Yay! They're so weird. So I'm gonna paint these gumdrops just a lighter pink than I did the little candies on the roof. And these pinks aren't mixed. These are the regular bottles that come with the color already. So this color is Rose Layette. And then I've got a lighter pink here that's conch shell pink. And I decided to just buy the color straight out because sometimes mixing your colors is a bit of a tricky decision because once you run out of the mixed color, you gotta remix the colors. And there's no guarantee you'll get back to that same original color that you previously mixed. I mean, unless you measure stuff out, then I guess you could, but I'm not that technical. Back in high school, when I was painting with acrylics, I had to mix all my colors, and I remember having the worst time because, you know, your classes are only 45 minutes to begin with, and who the heck can finish a piece of art in 45 minutes? I can't, that's for sure. And so I had to keep remixing my colors to get my peach color for the lady's skin that I was coloring. And every day it was a new color, a new peach that I had to somehow make work. And honestly, she just came out looking a bit like a zombie. Patchy skin everywhere. And I was like, well, that's that. And I've got this interesting green. What is the color called? It's called Succulent, which definitely makes sense because it's very much like the color of those succulents. So the coverage is a little rough on these, well, particularly this one. And it's again that same issue of something is on it, like some sort of product is on it, and I'm having that issue of no matter how much paint I put on it, it's like the paint self-scrapes. It self-scrapes off of the thing. And it's just really wild. I don't understand it. And it's frustrating too, because then it just makes it look super sloppy in the end. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and move on to these other gumdrops. I don't know. They kind of look like donuts. Maybe I'll paint them like donuts. I mean, they'll kind of blend in a little bit with the wall, but I'm going to do like the topping, like probably more of a caramel brown or a chocolate. Not sure. I'll have to see what color works out best. And then I'll end up doing the little dots or circles as like sprinkles or something. Okay. So I did have to mix some colors to get this interesting, I want to say chocolate, but it's really, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's dark enough to be chocolate. Meh. I guess it works. It's a little on the gray side, but it's not that bad. All right, and all that's left is the little circular sprinkles. They still kind of look like burgers. Burgers with pink sprinkles on them. Do they look like donuts? I don't even know anymore. They look like some sort of pastry, and I guess that's good. All right. Just gotta do sprinkles on the other side, and then we're done. That's exciting. And I think I'm done. So I'm really happy with this. So this is the front with the cute little wreath, peppermint, and the weird gumdrops. I really, really, really like my donuts. I think they came out looking like donuts, like kind of like the jelly-filled kind. Cute little peppermint. I love all my confetti on top of the roof. I'm also glad I went with the red windows. It adds a bit of pop to the back. And then the donuts again on this side with another peppermint, and that's it. And so honestly, this was a lot of fun. A part of me still wishes I could have used alcohol markers because I think it would have looked just as cool, if not cooler. But I'm really happy with the end result. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, maybe comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye!